considering living abroad, but the whole idea seems a bit scary to you, make sure you watch our entire video because we're going to share with you why we think everybody should live abroad at least once in their lifetime.
Yes. Hi, we're Matt and Monico and we like to share all tips about moving and living abroad. This information is based on years of living abroad alone and together. So, if you have the dream of living abroad, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell notification button for new videos.
We believe that everybody should live abroad at least once in their lifetime, even if it's just for 6 months. Why? Because no matter what happens, you're always going to remember that time when you were living in a different country. You will remember how exciting it was that you had the opportunity to escape that familiar bubble and that you were learning all new things on a daily basis. And this experience will change you for the better. So how does living abroad change you? We have listed 6 items that we think are the most important. Number 1. You discover that fate is in your own hands.
People move abroad for various reasons. It might be that they just want to make a new start. It might be for work, it might be for love, or it might be for just a better quality of life. But for whatever reason that you want to go abroad, you will find out that you can create your own life. You are the captain of your own ship, so to speak. So if you decide to move abroad for love, it's because you want to share your life with this person. If it's for work, it's because you find this super interesting job that you can do. Or if you think like, hey, I can have a much better quality of life somewhere else, you go to this country that you're really fond of. You know, there's so many ways, but you will create your own life, which means you are the captain of your ship.
You can start fresh in a new country where nobody knows you. You can set new goals, choose a different lifestyle, and you can learn things that you would never have done when you were at home. This awareness will make you stronger in planning your whole life. This is a valuable lesson that is not only useful when living abroad, but also if you return home. Number 2, you will learn from new cultures. Obviously, if you go to another country, you're going to experience a new culture. You even have that if you go on a holiday for a week. But if you're living abroad, you're going to learn more in depth on how things work and what is expected from you. And you will create a more understanding and probably appreciation of the people you're surrounded with.
So, for example, in some countries, your friends and family, they will ask you, how's your career going, how's your house doing? While in other countries, it could be very different. They will like to ask you about your friends or how's your family doing. So, if you come from a country where possessions are important or a nice looking house, it can be an enriching experience if you live in a country where social contact is more important.
Number 3, things you thought were impossible now seem to be possible. At home, you are living a routine. You are actually a bit in an automatic pilot mode and you're walking around with blinders on, just looking straight ahead. But once you're abroad, things change. You'll see new opportunities and new ideas will pop up in your mind and you're going to start to think differently. You'll become creative, you'll be good at problem solving, you'll be inspired by people around you, you'll be adaptable to unexpected circumstances, and you'll be very motivated because you'll be learning all these new things every day.
Yes, that's right. For example, when we were living in Indonesia, Monico found a job and then I had to come up with things as well, right? So I was walking the streets, I was inspired by all the things that I was seeing, I came up with ideas and then all of a sudden I thought, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. So I created a website and could even make a full-time income out of it. So that's fantastic.
Number 4, you will learn that change is good.
Change may seem scary, but it's like a muscle that has to be trained. There's a book, it's called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And this actually summarizes living abroad. It's very unpredictable, but you have to train your muscle. You will become more comfortable in unpredictable situations. And like I said, you become a lot stronger. It makes you a much better person.
Routine is something that can impact your life. But when you're living abroad, you automatically come in this positive survival mode. And this is a thing that will help you make choices that initially seem scary, but in the end will lead to success. For instance, I was living and working in Holland, in the Netherlands, when I saw an advertisement of a Japanese airline. And at that moment, I decided I'm going to do it. And before I knew it, I was living in London, learning basic Japanese and flying from several European cities to Tokyo every week. I never regretted making a choice that led me to a different country. And you have to trust yourself that this is the same for you too. Believe me, once you realize what changes do to you, you'll be making choices that will have a positive impact on you. Number 5. What seemed important isn't important anymore.
When living abroad, your mindset changes. What you thought is important might not be important at all in your new country.
For instance, in the country that you're now living in, fashion or interior design or a fancy car is really important. But once you move abroad, you'll realize that you don't need these things. What is important is new experiences, creating new memories, and sharing your life with others.
Yeah, that's right. When I was living in Kuala Lumpur, I was living in a basic apartment. And I really didn't care. It was not about the apartment, it was about life next to the apartment. So when I finished work, in the evenings I was always walking around the city. And during the weekends and holidays, I was going everywhere around the country to beautiful islands, tea plantations, forest, you name it. It's all about creating these kind of, what you said, memories and experiences. You know, your focus will shift immediately, and that's what is most important.
Number 6. Accept that it's okay not to know everything. You're never too old to learn. In fact, that actually keeps your brain alive and keeps you young. So when you're abroad, you will realize that you don't know everything and that you don't even know how the basic things in life work.
For instance, in some countries, like the Netherlands, people are pretty proud and they don't ask for help often, you know? So, in your new country, it's a good way just to go out and ask people for help. And then you'll find out they really want to help you, you know? And they will even give you advice, give you tips, and this will create you even new opportunities. And this is something you can always use.
Today it is easier to find help on social media. All you need to do is find an expat Facebook group and ask all the questions you want. But once you're living abroad, you will soon realize how helpful it is for you to approach people for help. Well, that's it for today. We hope that the points that we addressed have made you more exciting of planning your dream of living abroad and that you're not that fearful anymore of making the change. Because remember, living abroad will change you in a positive way.
Yes, in a positive way. So, please subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click the bell notification button for our new upcoming videos, where we hope to see you there soon. Bye!
Bye.